paint on your fingers, laugh in your head. You say you're chasing flowers that linger, hippie heart glowing, resin on the table, little glass gardens, filling what you're able, hoping it all cures just right. Purple, pink, and blue in the light, tiny worlds you're holding up to the sun. Yellow rose days just begun, hoping it all cures just right. Every small spell said overnight, you turn the waiting into something bright.
Hi guys, welcome to Yippie Hippie's Resin Journey. This is Lisa. I'm from West Virginia, and today I'm going to be making a few different things. I'm starting with the conch shell, and I'm using the Violet Ghost mica powder from Let's Resin 60 count. And you see me right now, I'm stirring it up. I decided to do some spring colors, so I've got some pearlescent looking colors. I've got pink, purple, blue, and you'll see, you know, I'm going to be working on a couple different molds today. You see me spraying my mold with alcohol. I still end up with micro bubbles, but that's going to be, you know, until I can get me a debubbler or a vacuum chamber or whatever. That's just going to happen. I'm pouring in the resin now. I pre-mixed my resin before I started the video. I hope that everybody's having a good day. If you've just happened onto my video and you've not, you know, seen any of my videos, I'd, you know, really appreciate it if you consider subscribing, hit that like button, and share the video. It's really, really much appreciated. And, you know, I'm just learning, you know, how to edit, how to do the YouTube. I'm learning how to do the resin. I got some projects upcoming that's going to be fun and a little different. And I can't wait to get those started. If I get a little winded, there's the purple that I chose. But if I get a little winded, I may turn on the music. There's the blue, and all of these are from the Let's Resin 60 count box that I got. And the next color I end up mixing up is, I think, pink after the blue. And I'm sorry that not everything is in shot. I've been trying to adjust my phone holder, and I'm having a hard time with it. So I'm going to try to get me a new, a different holder for it that would work better. Get like a tripod or something. So that's in my cart for next month, and I'll be buying that. Now I'm going to be mixing up the pink. And I'm putting a little bit of the glitter in each color. See me mixing it up, trying to make sure I mix it up really well. I ended up mixing it a couple different times to make sure the mica was well mixed, not welly, but well mixed. Words are hard, I'm telling you. It is nice today. It feels like spring today. So kind of enjoying the weather a little bit. Going to go in there and be creating something else here in a little bit. I'm not sure what I'm going to be making. I kind of just go with the flow, and whatever I decide to do that day is what I do. Other than some things that I have planned, and I'm just waiting for um, my items to come in through the mail so I can make those. So with these three colors, I end up using the glue method, and I put 2 drops of glue per color so that the colors don't merge. And I'm going to be pouring, I do believe I pour the rose jar first. So that's the next um, mold that I will be working on, is the rose jar mold. I still want to redo a yellow rose, because the yellow rose that I did last time, it is pretty and it is yellow, but it's not the yellow that I had in mind. So I'm going to remix it and make it a little bit lighter, because my favorite rose is a yellow rose, but it's the my favorite color is like a baby yellow, a light yellow. Yeah, my favorite color is yellow, and it's the baby yellow. I love that color. So you'll see me probably make some things with the yellow. There you see me getting ready to put the glue. I put 2 drops per color, and it seemed like it was consistent enough. I didn't know whether to put 2 or 3 drops, so I started out with just 2. You can probably hear my dogs in the background. And I just mixed it until it was gloopy. Kind of looked like slime. Get that slimy texture, and then, yeah, it should be about right. And then I'm just going to start pouring, and I just rotate colors. I go from blue to purple to pink, and just randomly put it in there. I wanted a spring looking rose with the blue, the purple, and the pink colors. And I think it ends up turning out really pretty. Thought I'd do something spring related. I've got some other ideas coming up that I'm going to be working on. I'm going to attempt the blooms. I'm not sure how I'll do with it, but I'm going to attempt it soon. So that's coming up in a video coming up soon. Now you see me, I spray it with the lid with the alcohol, trying to prevent bubbles. And although it's not in frame, I'm just pouring into colors, doing one after the other. Now I'm going to finish up pouring the bottom of the rose. I enjoy doing these. I like to do sketching. I do a lot of sketches. And in an upcoming video, I'm going to take one of my sketches and do something with it with resin. I just haven't decided what I wanted to sketch yet. I've got some upcoming videos that's going to be related to my mom. Some it's going to be related to my dad. It's kind of in a roundabout way, because we were country. I mean, we were raised in the country. So mom's will be something related to farm, being on a farm, and daddy's will be something that has to do with horses. So I do have some upcoming videos that's going to be fun, going to be different. And like I said, you know, they'll be related to like mom and dad. Now you see me, I love this bowl. It's got like uneven edges, and the texture on the sides almost looks like a stone texture. I would like to get some Echo Pour. I've never used Echo Pour, but I think that bowl would be a great candidate for it, because I think it would look good if it was like made to look like concrete. So I may be trying some Echo Pour in an upcoming video. I'm debating on that, so I'm pouring that one now. And usually my stuff ends up being gifts. I give them to my daughter-in-law and my son and my grandson, and I even sent some to my daughter in Florida. Um, I've kept a few. Now I'm just trying to make sure there's no bubbles around the edges and stuff. Trying to dome it up. Spraying it to prevent bubbles. And then I go to the next bowl. And I'm just doing the same thing, just mixing the colors one after the other until the bowl gets filled. And you can tell that it's got the glue in it. You can see the gloopiness of the the resin, but I wanted to see what the difference is because I've made one where Michelle from Glitz and Glitter, she does, I made a bowl using how she swirls the marble. And then Mr. Glitz, I used his effect on another bowl. That's one of the first things that I made on the channel, and those two turned out really well. So I wanted to see what adding glue, what the difference were. And I think in an upcoming video, I'm going to take 3 of the bowls and do all 3 techniques to see the difference. I think that would be kind of neat. I'd do, you know, one bowl with the swirl effect, one bowl glitz effect, and one with the glue, and see what happens. I figure playing around with, you know, with the different techniques and stuff will help me learn not only the techniques, but what works best for me with certain projects. Um, the only way I'm going to learn is just to do it and hope for the best and see if it turns out. There's the one ghost powder that I used, and it was the violet ghost powder. And I'm mixing it up and getting ready to do the ring holder. And I'm sorry it's not in view. I've got to definitely get me a different, like a tripod or something for my phone, instead of the holder that I've got, because that holder just isn't stable enough to stand up the way it should. I like how everything ends up turning out. Um, I think they turned out really pretty. I don't think there was anything I would have changed. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and do the yellow rose again in an upcoming video, probably in the next video or two, and do it in a lighter color. maybe just use a little bit of the yellow and more white to get it that creamy yellow color that I want. I've got another table that I'm going to be doing. My son has elected me to do a table for him now, since I done my table with the Would You Resin collab, and then I done my daughter-in-law's table with the hippie theme. So now he's wanting one. So I'm coming up with ideas on what to put in his to make his. Probably something car related or mechanic related or something like that, because he likes to tinker around with cars and stuff. So I'll figure it out as I go, and then that'll be in a future video. Now I'm doing it. It is a rose jar. It's got like little roses and a vine and pearls on the rose jar, and it's really pretty. And I end up taking some acrylic markers and painting it after it's done, and it turns out really pretty. You'll see me here in just a minute top up the seashell. And it seems like it was going to be unlevel, so I ended up putting a popsicle stick underneath it to level it out a little bit. Doing resin is fun because sometimes you may have an idea of what something's going to look like, but then when it comes out, it's not exactly how you picture it, but it turns out so pretty and unique. And I don't care how many times you pour something, they're not going to be identical. I like it because of the uniqueness of it. And now I'm just, I think I'm just cleaning up. Yeah, but I'm cleaning up all of my stuff now. Sorry about my dog. JoJo's being whiny today. Where it's nice outside, they're wanting to romp and run. Now I'm just going to let these set overnight, and then I'll come back here in just a few, and it'll be time to unmold everything. Like I said, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. It would help me out tremendously, and I really, really appreciate it. Hit the like button and share the video. If you'd like to send me happy mail, I have my Amazon registry is listed in the description box below. It's not necessary. You do not have to do that. If you do, it is appreciated. Again, main thing, hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Doesn't cost a thing. And it helps my little channel out tremendously. I'm just making sure that there's no bubbles popping up and trying to get rid of the bubbles as they come up. Trying to make them as bubble free as I can. I still end up with micro bubbles, stubborn micro bubbles. But all in all, I think the end projects turned out pretty. Now here I am. I'm molding the puppy hearts first. I do have to trim on them because I got overreach, overpour on them. But I'm going to end up with all kinds of puppy hearts. I don't know what I'm going to do with all of them. But that's my little throw it in it mold. I like that one. That one's pretty. Turned out really pretty. That one's got a little bit of blue in it. That one I need to trim on the inside, but I love that color. Those turned out so pretty. I love those white ones. And that one had a bubble right. I'm showing it to you. It's had a bubble right on the edge of it. So it's not actually good to make a necklace out of or anything. I'll figure out something with it though. Now I'm going to unmold the conch shell. My daughter-in-law says I say that wrong. Oh well. It's a seashell. It's all I know. I'm from the mountains, not from the beach. So I think this one is my favorite one. I've done one that glows in the dark, and then I did a hunter green one. And this one I think is my favorite, and it is the Ghost Violet mica powders from Let's Resin that I used for it. And I think it turned out beautiful. It looks like opal. I think it's really, really pretty. I'm just taking my mold and putting out. Now I'm opening or demolding the little tiny jar. And I love this little rope jar. And I liked how that one marbled. It was so pretty. And then here comes the rose. And I got some trimming to do on the bottom of them. I end up trimming them after. You see me struggling with it a little bit, and you can see the little micro bubbles on the bottom, but I'm not worried about it. I made it for myself, so it really doesn't matter. I do like how it turned out with the pinks and the purple and the blue. Something spring looking. I think I'm going to do something with like a mint green and a creamy yellow. I got to go in there and check out my molds and see what I've got in there and decide what I'm going to make. But, okay, there's the bottom portion of the jar. And I think it turned out really pretty. I'm really happy with that one. And this is the top part of it. And there ends up being bubbles, and I'll show those to you when I get it out. I'm having a little bit of a struggle with it. But you see all the little micro bubbles. But it's it's made for me. So, and there's, I'm going to show you, pick out all the little bubbles. It still turned out pretty. I still like it. I'll end up getting me some UV resin and start filling in the bubbles with UV resin. I see like Michelle from Glitz and Glitter do that, and a few other people do it. Resin Mess Express and Reptiles and Resin. Sheila, I love her. I love watching her and her granddaughters. And this is the bowl that I was telling you about that has the uneven edges. I love it. And then the finish of the outside, it looks, I don't know, I think it would look good, really good with Eco Pour. I think it would look good if it looked almost like a concrete. So I'm going to try it. I've never done Eco, which I'm pretty new at resin, so oh well. But I think I might try it. Try doing that one in an Eco Pour. And here's the other little bowl. And this one turned out pretty, I think. They all turned out pretty. This is my take on spring looking stuff, spring colors. And I'll probably be coming up with some other ideals for spring. I want to do something with sunflowers. Me and Dad always raise sunflowers. Now I'm molding, I think this might be the ring, but I'm not sure. No, this is the rose jar. I love this little rose jar. Now that I've done this one, I'm going to go back and I've got 2 other bowls that I have like a country scenery around the, and I think I'm going to re-pour them in white, and then paint them after I unmold them instead of before. I think I'm going to try them like that and see how they turn out. I think they'll turn out really pretty. But I've only made it once, and it turned out pretty, but I want to try to do it with coloring after the fact. And there's the lid. Now, it has a little notch on it. It fits a certain way. You have to put it on there a certain way. And when, once you get it where the notch goes, it fits perfectly. I love that little jar. That is what I've made. Stay tuned for the pictures at the end. It shows the final project. I hope everybody has a blessed day, and stay tuned for more. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit like, and share the video. Thank you. Bye.
Spring is in the air, paint on your fingers, laugh in your hair. You say you're chasing flowers that linger, hippie heart glowing, resin on the table, little glass gardens, filling what you're able, hoping it all cures just right. Purple, pink, and blue in the light, tiny worlds you're holding up to the sun. Yellow rose days just begun, hoping it all cures just right. Every small spell said overnight, you turn the waiting into something bright, till it all cures just just right. Hoping it all cures just right. Purple, pink, and